So we're going to keep going and talking about the importance of operations. So why operations management? Think about every company that you know is doing a good job in operations management. Why is that? Because if you don't do a good job in operations management, you don't survive. So it's basically about doing two things very well. One is creating a product, a service for the customer that is very good. So if you don't do that, you're not going to survive. People are not going to buy from you, and then you're not going to sell anything, right? So creating products or service that are good and fulfilling the customer needs, that's basic, and that's what operations management is doing. The other thing, you have to create those products. They have to be amazing, wonderful. They have to, blow the customer's mind out. And at the same time, you have to do it very efficiently. What does that mean? Well, it means that you have to use less and less and less resource as possible, right? Without impacting that value that you want to create. But if you don't do a good job in the use of your resources, and what are the resources, right? So I'm talking about people. I'm talking about all the facilities and equipment and space and time and all the kind of resources and inputs that you put there. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that, but just uh, keep in mind that that's what when I'm talking about resources, right? So if you don't do a good job in managing the use of your resources and your costs, you're not going to survive because then you're not going to make money, right? So you need to improve your process. You need to improve the relationship with other companies to make sure that you're providing the customer the service that the customer wants. So thinking about resources, right? So how much do you think, or what is the percentage of a product that actually come from, let's say, suppliers, right? So if you're making a car, your BMW, GM, whatever Honda, whatever car manufacturer you want to think about, how much of the cost of that car comes from things that you have to buy, just purchase material. So what do you guys think? And I'm not there to see if you answer, but think about a number. That number is usually about 60% at least. Okay, so that means that 60% of your cost is already mostly out of control, which is things that you're buying. Another 10-20% of that cost is actually labor and all the facilities and equipment, everything that you have to spend to make the product. So most of it is in operations, which is our next slide. 60, and that's not only for cars, that's for anything. If you're making a pen, if you're making a laptop, a cell phone, a computer, whatever it is, right? Most of your cost is in things that you're going to buy and the minimum that you're going to need to function to create that value, right? And you have very little wiggle room for support systems. So all the other kind of areas that you need to have, like IT and human resources and marketing and all that, have to occupy a very very small fraction of your cost because everything or most of it is in operations management. And that's how important it is to have good operations management to improve your process and to make sure that you're using your resources the best way possible and make sure that the services are being done or the customer receiving the services in a way that they think it's value for them, right? That's key. Okay.